Okay, next we go towards 4 other modes in CE. Okay, first one is capillary gel electrophoresis. From the name itself means that we insert gel framework inside the capillary for separation of certain analytes. Why do we put gel? Because we want to have a viscous drag so that it acted as the molecular sieve. For who? Okay, for larger molecules, okay, that is prone to be separated inside this molecular sieve better. Okay, usually this is based on the molecular size and not rather in mass to charge ratio. So imagine you have the size exclusion HPLC kan. You learn about size exclusion HPLC before. So this is similar like that. Only that the gel is not the stationary phase to do adsorption or to do size exclusion or so on. It is only like sieving. Sieving is like tapis. So it is like tapis whereby it will be separated by the molecular size. Usually, larger size molecules that separated in CGE are all those bulky proteins containing molecular weight up to 10,000 Dalton, 20,000 Dalton, and so on. So it's really, really big. Okay, so this is how it looks like inside a capillary. We have this gel. What kind of chemical the gel is made up? Okay, usually we use polymers. Okay, the most common one is agarose. Okay, agarose is basically agar-agar lah. Okay, so agarose, and we have used before polyacrylamide, and then we have hydroxyl alkyl cellulose. Okay, all those are polymers whereby it can make a framework inside the capillary in CGE. Okay, this is usually used to analyze DNA. Okay, we can sequence DNA, and then we can do protein analysis. Okay, so this is CGE is mostly used in forensic lab. Okay, forensic, and then we have bio lab. Okay, all those analysis on proteins of human or proteins of animals, everything. And it have a column detection and it is automated. This is in contrast with the traditional slab gel electrophoresis. Slab gel electrophoresis dulu macam ni je. The analysis is based on ada garis-garis. Okay, we will look like this. Okay, so this is the conventional SDS page. Gel electrophoresis is only on plate. Okay, but in CGE it is automated inside capillary. So does the electrophoregram will look like this, whereby this is the earliest time, this is the latest time. You see that 100 BP will come out first as compared to 2000. Okay, logic. This is more ringan, and also this is heavier. Okay, same capillary length, buffer, almost the same, only that it contain the molecular sieve. Polymer lah, ni polymer. Okay, so this is the analyte from soybean GMO product. So and then we have capillary electrochromatography. This is where researchers combine the best of CZE and the best of HPLC. So once it's in HPLC means that it contains the stationary phase lah. In this case, it is real stationary phase. It is not pseudo-stationary phase, just like MKC. It is real, whereby researcher put in the stationary phase, usually used in HPLC, inside the capillary. You see, ini capillary electrophoresis biasa. The capillary is empty kan? All those empty. But in capillary separation column in CEC, they purge into the capillary the stationary phase coming from HPLC. For example, apa? C18, AC8. They push inside here so that they can have the best of separation efficiency of CZE and selectivity from HPLC. Once you put inside material inside the capillary, of course you need apa? You need high pressure pump. Okay, because your F is not that strong to push all the analytes going through all this material. Okay, so we need a micro HPLC pump as well. So this is how it looks like. Ada pump external, use hydraulic pressure and electric field actually to move from A to Z over here. However, this CEC is not that popular since its inception because of the usage of pump. We have to find pump also lah, and then we have clogging problem, just like HPLC problem lah, clogging if you don't monitor correctly. But it can do work for certain analytes. Okay, it is becoming less and less popular since the introduction of UPLC. UPLC is ultra performance liquid chromatography. Is like the state of the art of HPLC lah, lagi advanced daripada HPLC. Another one is because of the using a small diameter packing, therefore you will introduce the Van Damtier factor, or all those ABC lah. Okay, so this is example of CEC analysis. This is used for anthracene. Okay, anthracene besar kan. So and also it is not charged. Okay. Then we have paraben, and then we have thiourea, fluorine, and so on. Okay. Okay, next we have the capillary isoelectric focusing. So this is the mode where we use the term isoelectric point. Okay, before this you learn about PI before kan? You learn pH, and then you learn about PI, the isoelectric point. Means that it is the point where the net charge is zero. Okay, because we are doing capillary electrophoresis, and in the existence of electric field, of course we will have net charge. Okay, at the PI, the migration stop and the sample is focused into a tight zone. Again, zone lah. So if let's say you have 10 analytes of different PI, means that we will have 10 zones, even though the PI value is very near to each other. So we will still have the separation based on the PI. Okay. Let us see how does it looks like. And usually this is for the protein characterization, because proteins PI is the most significant to be distinguished, because they are amphoteric analyte. What is amphoteric? Okay, find out what is amphoteric. It is related with the charge, different in the structure. Okay. So in this case, a capillary is filled with a special background electrolyte. Sometimes it contains polymer. Okay, but it's in smaller amount, not like CGE lah, not like capillary gel electrophoresis. So and then if you have protein of PI5 and protein of PI7, okay, denoted by the green and also yellow, it will produce zones. Okay, the difference is between all CE mode. Okay, one buffer end is containing acid, another buffer end is containing base. Okay, very concentrated base. Means that the buffering system inside here, it is going to produce the pH gradient. Okay, the keyword is pH gradient. And because of the existence of this pH gradient, this protein, based on their own pI, will start to separate themselves. Okay. Okay, so this is low pH tadi, low pH. This is high pH, means that low pH lagi banyak H lah. Okay, high pH lagi banyak OH. So, once charge is there, once the electric field is there, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will be separated based on the PI. Okay, Y10 over here, Y10 goes first, is all depending on the BGE that you put here. This is acidic and this is basic. So if you have the mixture of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 for lights. Okay, when the pH gradient started, low pH kat sini, high pH kat sini, it will be separating themselves according to zones lah. Okay, so this is more towards protein and also can be used for DNA as well. Okay, this is another application whereby it is the model proteins or N peptides covering from PI range from 9.68 to 4.1, 4.51, sorry. Okay, last one is the capillary isotachophoresis. So, what is isotachophoresis? Okay, iso means constant, right? Same like isothermal, and then we have isocratic in HPLC. Means that in HPLC isocratic, the composition is constant towards the end. This is the same. Means that the zone or the boundary is constant until we terminate it. Okay, why do we want to do that? So that we can pre-concentrate. Okay, so this is CE mode that we can pre-concentrate. If you have analyte having concentration of 1 ppm, for example, after you do CITP, maybe you can get 100 ppm for the concentration lah. Means that mula-mula CE cannot see this 1 ppm, cannot see. But if you increase the concentration, of course CE can see, or the detector can see. So this is what capillary isotachophoresis is all about. CITP is a moving boundary of electrophoretic technique. It combines several buffer systems. It's actually more than 2. Why several buffer system? Because we want to have a system where the analyte are sandwiched between a leading electrolyte and terminating electrolyte. So when electric field is there, leading electrolyte will push this boundary here. Terminating electrolyte will push this boundary here. What happens when we sandwich something? It will become squeezed, right? So it will become squeezed like this. When it is become squeezed, means that your peak will be really, really high lah. Okay, squeeze the concentration. So this is how it looks like. Leader kat sini, analyte, terminator kat sini. So it will be producing 3 very discrete zone, very small and very efficient zone. Okay, so this is how it looks like. The it does not, if let's say you don't terminate the isotachophoresis, you will have electrophoregram of like this. It is not peaks, it is like stair. Means that the concentration is really, really concentrated sampai detector pun detect something like this. Macam ni lah maksud dia. Detector see steps because it's very, very concentrated. But once you terminate the isotachophoresis, you can start to get the peak itself. So to summarize the modes we learned before, okay, you can use this table to help you to select the most advantageous mode of electrophoresis when you want to do analysis. If you have small ions and they are charged, positive, negative, straight away you use CZE. Don't care about everything else, because everything else will make you make your life harder lah, because they need a lot of things. CZE is the simplest, and if you have neutral, you cannot use CZE lah. You have to use MKC. But if you have DNA, straight away you have to use CGE. Can you use CZE? Yes, but it's very hard, because it's DNA besar kan. So what else? If you have peptides, protein, oligonucleotides, you can use either CZE, but it's really hard. The best is you use CIF or CGE. You can also use MKC, okay, depending on the surfactant that you want to use lah. Okay. Hint: I really like to give a question in exam related to this kind of question. Means that you have to think what kind of method is suitable for certain application. Okay. So this is the final part of CE. We will stop here, and then we'll continue with the last leg of our separation methods topic, which is the other chromatographic methods.